So all of these things start to build up over time, and people start to build up more and more sickness in their cells. So there's often like a triggering event that puts them over the edge, but it wouldn't have happened had they been otherwise healthy.
Dr. Goldner, in autoimmune disease, what is the most deleterious thing, do you think? Is it the animal products or the processed food that most people are eating, or both?
Oh, goodness. Well, with autoimmune diseases, it really is. I think of it more like a storm, right? Where you have, there's the pressure system, there's the precipitation, there's the temperature, there's the elevation, right? That there's a lot of things that can come together to contribute to triggering those genes for disease, right? And that's true for most diseases, is that even though most people wake up with symptoms like this, I woke up and my finger was swollen, they were building up this problem over time. Right? Another way to think about it is we have about 100 trillion cells in our body, and we can actually function normally and feel fine with a significant amount of illness. So it might start with, like in my case, right, being bottle fed, eating tons of processed foods, right? It can also be like childhood traumas. They've shown that people with autoimmune diseases have a lot of childhood trauma. I do not have childhood trauma, but it's very common. Sexual trauma, depression, anxiety, all of these things spike your inflammatory markers and disrupt cortisol levels, right? So all of these things start to build up over time, and people start to build up more and more sickness in their cells. And then usually there's something that then takes them over the edge. Maybe they got that COVID virus and it was too much for their body to recover from. Maybe somebody died that they loved. Maybe they got divorced or moved. So there's often like a triggering event that puts them over the edge, but it wouldn't have happened had they been otherwise healthy. So, the primary thing that I really try to get people to do right away is change the diet. Animal products I tend to see are worse than processed foods. And I say that because when I see people relapse, because not everybody sticks with it, even though I try. Oftentimes, if they relapse on some processed foods and things, they might have a little bit of symptoms. They go, ooh, and then they go back. But when I've seen people really backslide, it's usually meat or dairy, that it just, they backslide quickly. But I've also seen like somebody died and I feel some inflammation. So, that's why all of my programs, I target all of it, where here's the nutrition, but let's look at your sleep and let's look at your stress. What's your self-care? What are your relationships like? So like in my rapid recovery group, where people are with me every day for 6 weeks, we're overhauling their whole life. This is not just to eat healthy for 6 weeks. This is, we're going to make you happier. We're going to make your relationships better. We're going to make sure that you are treating yourself with love instead of like, I have to eat this way because my body is broken. I eat this way because I love myself, right? So we really transform all of those things. And that's what creates the rapid recovery, right? Is that you are creating an anti-inflammatory way of living rather than just the diet alone.